Hello everyone, this is yours JBlue68, and this is going to be a follow-up video from the video that I did. Was it either yesterday or today, depending on when I post this video. It was July 13th that I did my comic book haul, and I did it on my car. And I was telling you guys that I had a lot I had to do during that day, so I had to do my comic book haul while I was on the run and on the road. Well, this is one of the places that I went to that I mentioned in the video from, again, either yesterday or today. Hallmark. And Hallmark is one store that I noticed gets very, very rare attention, or very little attention, I should say, when it comes to collectibles. You know, most videos I see, excuse me, people are talking about either Mezco or NECA, and I've even done a NECA video, Sideshow or XM Studios. And of course, I'm not knocking any, or Prime One, I think it is, and I'm not knocking any of those companies. Also McFarlane Toys and Marvel Legends. No one ever talks about Hallmark. I've been collecting Hallmark ornaments for 20 years now, and I've not seen a video yet. And I think a lot of people are getting into this thing now, which kind of bothers me about. I have a statue that I've, for $1,000 or for $600, or I spent X amount of money on this, that, or the other, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I've spent a pretty hefty sum on some of the things that I have in my collection as well. And these ornaments that you see in front of you are not cheap at all. These are ornaments. These are ornaments you can actually put on the Christmas tree. They actually have hooks on them that you can hang them on a tree. They're very nice, but again, they're not cheap. Hallmark ornaments can go anywhere between $25 on up to $100. And that's not a lot of money, but it is for some, especially for people who work, who pay bills and things like that. Have regular everyday adult responsibilities. So this one right here, this is the Thanos ornament, and this retails at, let's see, about $18.99 in US dollars, and Canada, I'll put that right there so you can see it, and the Canadian dollar is about 23. The camera get back into focus here. You see that? Okay, so $18.99. It's about $20 for this. And they're sculpted very nice. I was originally collecting only Star Wars ornaments, but due to my recent dismay with the new Star Wars trilogy, I decided to move on and collect other ornaments, including Marvel, Aliens, Harry Potter, pretty much anything that's within the current pop genre, sci-fi, fantasy world. But again, Hallmark does all kinds of ornaments. They do ornaments based on famous athletes, and all kinds of movie characters, anything from Disney to Star Wars, as I've mentioned, Star Trek. The Star Trek line is awesome, to Marvel Comics and DC Comics. Well, I want to unbox these two ornaments so you can kind of see them for yourselves. Let's see here. Get it out of the box. And I seen it already in the store, and this is truly, truly awesome. Let's see. It has the plastic folds here. Gotta be really careful too, because these are hand sculpted, and I had to tell you, with the Hallmark ornaments, when they make them, they only make them exclusively for that year. You may not see them, or you probably won't see them again. And they're made out of, a lot of times, out of, was it poly resin? I think this one here is poly resin. So be really careful, because they're very, very, very fragile, and they can break very easily. So if you can see that, see the detail on here. This is Thanos as he appears in Avengers Endgame. And he has the broadsword, or or yeah, the broadsword that he's carrying into battle. Um, in one hand, and in the other hand he has the Infinity Gauntlet, and he has his armor on as well. See, look at this. About to break the dang on thing on camera. God, it's not broken, thank God. That is awesome. And there's a hook, as you can see right there, that you would hang it on the tree. It's nicely detailed. This is very nicely detailed. The gold and blue. This is just as he appears in the movie. And he's in a kind of running stance again as he's about to go off into battle. Okay, now I got to make sure this stands up and not fall again. As I get ready to unbox the other ornament. What would... And I actually already unboxed this. But what would Thanos be without the Infinity Gauntlet? Of course, he has the Infinity Gauntlet already sculpted on him, and they're not posable because, again, as I've mentioned, these are sculpts, and I hope you can see that the light is kind of dark. And that's the best I can get it. You can hear me unwrapping the gauntlet, and there's the Infinity Gauntlet there. Now on Sideshow Collectibles has the same gauntlet. It's just a little bit bigger than this for about $100. It's their, I think it's their quarter scale. It's about $100. This one here was only $19.99. It's about $20 for it. Very nice. Comes in at about 3 3/4 size. Thanos does, and then the gauntlet, of course, is about about 3 inches or so. But what's really cool about it, click the little button here, and you see that? That is freaking awesome. That is awesome. Waiting for the camera to get into focus. That is awesome, man. And it stays lit up for a couple of, for about, I think, almost a minute or so. Yeah, and it cuts off by itself. That is awesome. So those are all the Infinity Stones in the gauntlet, man. That is really, really, really nice. I love that. So, and again, I'm sorry that this is so dark. I try to get as light as I could, as much light as I could. But these are a nice, handsome set together. Any way you want to pose them. And I'll show you some of my other Hallmark ornaments really quick, if I can. Put Mr. Thanos back into his box here, safely and securely. And I've showed these ornaments in some of my other videos. I did back when Avengers Endgame came out. These ornaments were actually released not in the Hallmark store. These were actually in Target, but they're still sculpted, by the Hallmark crew. Can't really see his face very good, but this is Hulk, the Hulk ornament from the movie Thor Ragnarok. There you go. And that's a pretty good darn sculpt too. That is pretty darn good. And his gladiator apparel. I love what's up here, the back muscles and everything. Look at that. And then I also bought Thor himself in his gladiator apparel as he appeared, in Thor Ragnarok. Very nice. Nice companion piece right here. And again, these things are not cheap. They're expensive. At least for a working man's budget anyway. And then I have two others that I also showed in a video I did a couple of months back. Here is the Ant-Man. And this was actually, I bought this actually in the Hallmark store itself. And the Hallmark store I'm speaking of is in Canton. Most Hallmark stores are independently owned. There was one that was near me that's closed up. There aren't very many of them. There used to be several of them, but it's been hard for them to survive over the year because, you know, them not getting necessarily the customer support that they need. But that's really neat there. That's Ant-Man. And then you have the Wasp here. And this was a okay, there she is. This is a Hallmark exclusive. This was like a first come, first serve. Came out last year. Very nice. Very detailed. Let me turn her around here. They're nicely detailed to be so small. Dig that. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys what I did yesterday, where I went yesterday while I was in a rush, and I did my on the road comic book haul that I did. It was fun though. I enjoyed it. I didn't really go anywhere else. I came home and went to sleep. I was tired because I got up early in the morning to take care of some other things too. All right, so we get him to stand, Mr. Thanos, to stand up there as I get ready to close out this video. Do not fall, sir. Do not fall. Okay. All right, put this back down. And that's it. That's all. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. Please like this video, share, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and comment. Put some comments below. I really need the support. I'm trying to get my numbers up. I try to put as much cool content, at least that I think and hope that is cool, for you guys as much as possible. So that's it. That's all, y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease.